We have a ministry moment. I'm going to invite Denise Olson to come forward. She gave a ministry moment at the first service, but she's going to tell us a little bit about Heartland Hope and our involvement in the ministry there.
Good morning. My name is Denise Olson, and I'm on the outreach team, so I'm here on their behalf. My privilege to talk to you about one of our chosen ministries, and that's Heartland Hope Mission, which has been making a difference here in Omaha for 22 years. We have a couple of representatives today here with us. I saw Amanda and Michelle. I saw them sneak in. There they are. They're over there. So any other questions you have, you can ask them afterwards. I know we've talked about Heartland Hope, and it's a food pantry, and you've heard a lot about it in the service, but I really want to tell you a little bit more about my own experience in serving at the food pantry and what I expected and what actually happened. So when I went for the first time, I really thought what I was going to be doing was packing grocery bags full of food and handing them to people. That was my expectation. It was not at all what the experience was. There are, when you walk in, there are a number of different roles that you can take, including greeting guests as they come in, stocking the shelves, whether it be with canned goods or boxed cereal, so much cereal, and I'll talk a little bit more about that later. You can bag bread, bag produce. There are things for everybody. So if you really like to talk to people, you have a role that you can do that. If you really don't like to talk to people, you have a role where you can do that too. They have a clothing center where you can sort clothing. There's one thing that they do that I thought was really profound, and so I want to tell you about it, and that is that each guest that comes in is talked to each week by a caseworker, whether it's their first time coming in or their 100th time coming in, and they're going to check in with them and see, how are you doing this week? Is there anything that we can help you with? It might be reaching out for job resources, helping them to sign up for some benefits that they might be eligible for, or finding another place within Omaha where they can get help for a need that they have, really looking to break that cycle of poverty within the families. And I just think it's such a neat way to reach out. There was one time when I was volunteering at the West Omaha site, and we saw a young woman who had a baby with her, and the baby was so cute, and of course I'm drawn to the baby, and the baby looked like she had a little bruise underneath one of her eyes, and I thought, gosh, did she fall down? She was kind of a little baby, and I thought that seems odd. When we heard more about her story, the baby was born with a tumor right underneath her eye, and had multiple surgeries, and her mother, who had a great paying full-time job, had to quit her job, take on a part-time job so that she could get to the baby to the appointments that she needed to. This was her first time coming into food pantries, and this is what she needed to do to take care of her child. So it'll be a temporary time in her life. And I thought that was such a neat story to hear about and to understand that these are people who are struggling maybe for a small season in their life and maybe for a long season in their life. And so it's a really neat way to get to see people and experience the full array of humanity if you go and volunteer at the food pantry. I also want to point out, as you know, we're doing a food drive all month long, and we have a blue bin over here so you can put food in that. Cereal, I mentioned the cereal. So the first time I went, I saw how much cereal went out on the shelves. I thought, gosh, that's just crazy. And by the end of the 2 hours, it was gone, completely gone. So the need is always there. The need is great. I hope that you find some time to go volunteer, whether you can come join us on June 14th, which you can sign up for on the website, or want to go on your own, you can go into the Heartland Hope website and volunteer anytime. They do 150 volunteers a week. So thank you for your time this morning.
And so when he went to take a hammer to kind of pull that old shelf off the wall, he accidentally knocked a hole in the wall and pulled a bag of $3,000 out of the wall. And so we always have this running joke at Heartland Hope. If we ever need money for anything to buy food or whatever we need, we could just knock a hole in the wall. And I don't know, an angel must have put it there. So Heartland Hope Mission is a place for the miraculous. And, you know, there's been things that have happened over the last several years that I've been there that had to have been miraculous. There was a time that we were distributing turkeys for Thanksgiving, and we had a line wrapped around the outside of the building. We were serving thousands of families in a very short amount of time. We ran out of turkeys. when we were just putting the last turkey in the last grocery cart, we didn't know how we were going to get more turkeys. This big cube truck pulls up, someone that we had never met before, and opens the back of the truck and says, did you need turkeys to give out? We had this donation come in. To this day, we don't even know who the person was. Maybe it was an angel. I don't know. But, God cares about the needs of the community. And with that, I want to share a quick video for you guys to see how we're helping Tracy's family recover from last year's tornadoes.
We lost everything in the April 26th, 2024 tornado. Possession-wise, we didn't lose our lives. We were safe. And throughout the whole entire process, though daunting, it was bearable, it was tolerable, it was manageable. The help that we received from everybody, community, all the entities, but mostly Heartland Hope Mission. And I say this because all the other entities, they were only here for a specified amount of time, had a specified amount of resources, and then they had to move on to other areas. Heartland Hope Mission told me from the get-go, from the first moment that I met Grace when she came on our property, when we were still in shock, with some gift cards that we didn't ask for. She somehow found us, but she told us that we're gonna be here for you through the duration. We're going on a year since the tornado, and she has been there every step of the way. Heartland Hope Mission has. And it's been a very long process. But I can say that there are some steps when I didn't have a clue how we were going to make it. I didn't have a clue, like, how we were going to afford certain things or make certain things happen, like living in this beautiful destination trailer during the winter, surviving the winter. And then here comes, I mentioned Grace because she is our long-term case manager, which I didn't even know existed until I met Heartland Hope Mission, and I'm so grateful for, because we are a long-termer. But just when I need her the most, she calls, she checks on me, and I guess for everybody that helps Heartland Hope Mission out, thank you from me, thank you from my family, because though it's been a hard year, though we lost so much, we're making it through, and we're okay, and I'm truthfully a better person because of it, because of the help I've gotten. I mean, it's very humbling, but I'm not scared anymore, and I can't even put it into words. I really cannot put it into words, and I know that it takes a village, but just to thank you to everybody. It's saved my sanity, it saved, our livelihood up here. We would not be where we're at today. I would not have probably the positive mindset that I have, the determination that I have, the security of knowing we're going to get through it without people's help.
So Tracy's property, you saw the rubble pile. That video was recorded 2 months ago. And the tornado came through on April 26, 2024. So a year later, her property is now just a rubble pile. That was filmed in her trailer on her property. It costs over $100,000 to remove all of that, and insurance does not cover that. But Heartland Hope Mission is there for the long haul to help get her through the situation and continue to try to find resources to help her recover. It is a long recovery process, and we are the only organization that we know of that is consistently providing long-term case management. We've trained up a few other case managers around the city, but we are still working with 40-plus families that have similar stories to Tracy's right now. At Heartland Hope Mission, our tagline is End Hunger, Prevent Homelessness, and Build Futures. Last year in 2024, we provided 1.7 million meals to our neighbors in need, both through our South Omaha pantry and our West Omaha pantry, and around 81,000 individuals were served. And about 50% of our clients are children. And so just knowing that the people that are coming to our organization And Denise mentioned it earlier during the earlier presentation about Heartland Hope and her experience, is that a lot of our clients are working poor or going through a temporary financial crisis. So I like to say it's a hand up, not necessarily a handout, right? So people are coming to get what they need, but they're also being surrounded with resources so that they can get to a better place, so that they can become self-sufficient. So it is a safety net between homelessness and self-sufficiency. So we are a homeless prevention agency. So just even this year, so last year was a record-breaking year for us because we served double what we had just 3 years prior. So last year we had never served 81,000 people in 1 year prior to that. But this year, 2025, our numbers are already up 12% over what they were last year. We haven't even gotten to the most busy time of the year, which is summer, because school's out for kids. So naturally, when parents are already struggling, they need more food resources because the kids are not getting free and reduced lunch at school. So we'll see another increase just over the summer, and then the holidays, we always increase a lot because we distribute Thanksgiving pantries, and then we help kids at Christmas. And then our baby boutique, which is our pro-life program, it's called our New and Expecting Parents program. We've seen a 60% increase in a year in our baby boutique. So families can come and get free diapers and formula, really everything they need to care for their baby. But our secondary programs that work to help provide long-term care and getting people where they need, we're seeing such a major increase in a very short amount of time. Let's see if I can move on to the next slide here. Oh, okay. And then you guys saw the video of Tracy, but this is our crisis response center. That is at our West Omaha location, 155th and Industrial. So families affected by local natural disasters. Last year, there was just one natural disaster after another. So we're still serving families that were affected by all those natural disasters, but we do have brand new items there so that they can come and get what they need. I mean, brand new shoes, linens, bedding, even small kitchen appliances like air fryers and things like that. So since Tracy's in a trailer, there are several other families that we served even from flooding. We went up to Spencer, Iowa, and all those people that lost a lot of their belongings in floods last year are still living in trailers on their property because you can't sell a home like that, right? And there were thousands of people impacted by that. So we bring supplies and we make sure that they have what they need, including the case management. Ways you can help is volunteer. We talked about that earlier. June 14th, we'll send a group, but you can also come as an individual or a family. Even kids 12 and older can volunteer in our pantry. So you can come with your kids, your grandkids, and come make a difference, both at our West Omaha and or our South Omaha location. You can also sign up to host a drive. We appreciate this church. We've got a drive going on here. So right now, even kid-friendly foods are going to be a big need, especially as we head into the summer months. So things that kids can eat during the day, like granola bars and fruit cups and Easy Mac, things like that are really great. This time of year, cereal. We can never have enough cereal. Maybe you belong to a club or another group, your workplace, or some people belong to like a golf club, or you might be able to host a drive even in another group that you belong to. So Michelle actually oversees drives, and she's your lady if you're interested in doing that. And then we have our golf outing coming up August 8th at Pacific Springs. So if you like to golf, you can get a group of 4 together or golf as an individual. And all the proceeds raised at that golf outing will benefit Heartland Hope Mission and help those families recover from those natural disasters. So if you're interested, you can scan that QR code. And we also have flyers that you can take with you on everything I'm talking about up in that fellowship hall where the coffee and things are. So if you want any more of this information to take with you, we have handouts we can give you. And then the next thing, I just skipped right over that. Okay, Catering for Hope. We have a catering company as well. So all of the proceeds that we raise through catering, that's our for-profit that funds the nonprofit. So if you have a company gathering or an event or a board meeting or a graduation party, a wedding, and you're looking for a caterer, our prices are about a third less than most catering companies. And all of the proceeds that come in, again, fund Heartland Hope Mission. So we have a taco, Mexican style, Italian menu, and we also have a breakfast menu. So if you would like to look into how to hire us to cater, we have flyers up in the fellowship hall as well. You can take one with you and consider hiring us. We also have a food truck, so we can do on-site catering, or we can bring a food truck on site as well. And then the other last thing I want to share with you is we have our annual fundraising gala. This year it is a Christmas theme, so it's going to be a Hallmark style, wonderful, glorious Christmas event. We're calling it Omaha's new official kickoff to Christmas. And so because we served over 7,000 kids for Christmas last year by providing them with toys and necessities through our Christmas program, this is going to be a fundraiser that will help us provide gifts and resources for children, not only this Christmas, but beyond. And so if you're interested in coming, you can be a guest at that event. It's going to be a really fun upscale dinner with live auction, silent auction, raffles, and just a lot of inspiring stories from people that we're helping in the community. You can sign up to come to that, or you can sponsor a table at that event. Again, we have more info up there if you're interested in that. And thank you all so much for just your attention and for having us. We appreciate all that you do to serve the community, and we hope to continue to connect with you. God bless you.